video tutorial is being created in order to display the differences and additions to OrderLogix within the first version release of 5.0, as there will be a series of releases with this particular version. The complete release of version 5.0 has so many new exciting features and functionality, so you can kind of think of the first release as the foundation for its house, and each release after being different building blocks to make up its entirety. Now, a very large focus with 5.0 was optimizing the pages on the back end of the system to remove those postbacks and therefore enhance the speed in which the pages are returned while navigating to different sections. And this will reduce latency. Some of these will be discussion topics. Other topics will actually be displayed as it will view in your instance. So one of the most common feature requests that OrderLogix had been provided with over the past few years was the ability to support different internet browsers, and therefore was a huge focal point for the release of this new version. Previously, depending on what version of Internet Explorer you used, we asked that you'd have compatibility mode turned on. However, going forward, you will always want to make sure with using IE that this feature is turned off. Now, the first thing that you'll notice when you log into OrderLogix is that the look and feel is quite different. You have these collapsible windows over here that'll minimize your sidebars. And this would include features such as the calendar, quick lookups, and lookup history. Now, the quick lookup field's been condensed to one field now, allowing you to choose whether or not to access the individual order details or customer information associated to that particular OrderLogix order ID or web order ID. When clicking on the navigation menu drop-down options, you'll be brought to the directory page in between the submenus and can access the hyperlinks in the module from there. Once you're logged into the system, provided that you're assigned the admin role, if you click on the Company Data Desktop option, you'll see that instead of viewing the modules as hyperlinks, as they previously did, they'll now be displayed as tiles. And these tiles will display the number of individual modules contained in that particular section of OrderLogix. You'll see this a lot within future 5.0 releases. This format's going to become a lot more prevalent in different sections of the system. You'll also notice that we've embedded client restriction throughout the entire company data desktop, which means that if you're a client service provider and have multiple different clients logging into the application to do their own setup, you can now restrict them to only seeing their own data. We've also replaced all of the auto ship verbiage in the system with continuity, and within the advertising section, the campaign screen's look and feel will be different, as the information tab will be displayed up at the top of the window and the remaining information and tabs underneath on the bottom. The global script rules are added through the standard Add New button now rather than the button that was visible in previous versions, and there are a few differences in the Maintain Script section. So let's go ahead and navigate over to our script. The first being that the subscripts and surveys are broken out into different tabs now, and you'll actually add product offers by filtering for them via a search bar. So this is a huge time saver, especially for clients that have a large amount of products, as previously you'd have to scroll through this entire list in alphabetical order. Please keep in mind that you'll need to enter at least 4 consecutive characters in order to return results regarding what offers you can add containing those characters. The payment and shipping options are also separated into different tabs, and you can drag and drop element sections into different orders, which helps with the ease of use when building scripts and ordering the paragraphs. Call types are not editable in this version. You no longer see fiscal weeks in the Company Data Desktop overview, and the client as well as reason codes look and feel is different as well. In System Preferences, there's a new Export Info tab, and this displays columns for warehouse reports and defaulted export options. Within the inventory section, you'll see a new feature called Automated Purchasing. This will allow you to schedule purchase orders to be created for different suppliers rather than having to create them manually. There will be a separate tutorial that will go more in depth for this new feature. There are also a few new optional features when setting up inventory items as well. And they are Do Not Sell, Preferred PO Type, Do Not Order, and the UPC barcode. Also, when adding supplier items to the inventory system now, there's a searchable field such as the one that we viewed earlier while adding product offers to the script rather than that drop-down menu. There's also some new inventory imports, so let's go ahead and navigate over to our imports. These will allow you to build files to add, edit, and delete inventory setup in the system. And they are the inventory adjustment import, the import, SKU association import, supplier, and supplier pricing imports. You'll no longer have the ability to edit payment methods as well as the look and feel being very different for payment processing accounts, as there's also a new feature that prevents partial processing. So let's navigate over to our payment processing accounts. Now, this is going to be a really big benefit for clients that do not want multiple products on an order to be processed in separate payment transactions, which means, of course, the customer only sees one charge from their order instead of potentially seeing multiple. You can edit item statuses to be considered final or not, and there is also a new status called shipped awaiting settlement. So let's navigate over to our item statuses. So down here on the bottom, we can see that new status. This will be applicable for clients that process payment in the form of auth, ship, confirm, settle. This would also apply whether the module is defaulted in system preferences or if it's overwritten in the import configuration screen for specific files, and tells you if there are transactions that have been confirmed shipped that still need to be settled for payment. The copy employee functionality will behave differently in 5.0. So let's navigate over to HR, employee data, add view employees, and let's go ahead and copy this copy. So as you can see, you'll not have that alternate pop-up window that we did previously to enter initial information into. You will instead be brought to the same look and feel of the Add New or Edit window with the unique required fields blank. In the product data section, so let's navigate over there. The continuity sequences has a new tab for options and sequence details, as well as the look and feel of the installment manager is a little different as well. So here we can just see a little bit of a different look and feel. Now, product offers actually allow you to view other attributes that are associated in the offer wizard now. So as we can see here, we can actually view as well as edit or update installments, continuity sequences, royalties, commissions, and sets as well, to set them up directly from the product offer section now instead of having to navigate away from the product offer to do so. When accessing the Customer Detail Center, you'll notice that the order history section is not expanded by default. So let's go ahead and find a customer. So as we can see here, we need to actually expand each order from the history page in order to view those details. The data warehouse and flattened export reports are limited to 10,000 records, and all reports can actually be scheduled now. There are also a couple new reports located in the processing report section that'll display the schedules that you have set up in the system for all areas that are schedulable, as well as the schedule's attributes. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope that you found this information helpful. Look out for more tutorials being released in the near future.